You're listening to the October 28th, 2018 reading of Blossom Goodchild's channeling with the Federation of Light.
Good morning. Great excitement ensued after your last channeling about the energy cubes. Shall we continue forth in the same vein?
Good moments of joy throughout your day also, Blossom. The energy surrounding the energy cubes is indeed uplifting to the soul. When we say we have tripled the amount being sent through, you can also be aware of the fact that, due to this, all that you think and put into action is being tripled in its vibrational intensity also. Therefore, it is most wise to be vigilant of all thoughts and feelings, for if one's thoughts were not of the highest for all, one may find themselves feeling completely out of sorts. Be conscious of that which you offer in thought, to yourself and all that is. If a thought does not resound in one's heart's truth, simply because the way one may be feeling in that moment, then be astute enough to recognize it instantly and change it into a thought that does. The thoughts that come from a loving place, to all, for all. You will very quickly recognize in your own space the lift in vibration of your own soul by doing so.
I have to say, I am enjoying these energies, and my thought patterns seem to have upped a good few rungs of the ladder. Much more natural thoughts of gratitude and things of the like, rather than having to think to do them sometimes. They seem to be just flowing through my body.
Because if you are thinking gratitude, then that thought of gratitude shall be tripled in its intent. All thoughts shall be tripled in their intent. This is why so many are going through the mill, as you would say, because thoughts of, say, despair or frustration or anger will be tripled in their intensity.
Best keep very vigilant then.
This is so. Yet know, it is within each one to be of love. That is who you are. So just be yourself.
Yet down here on this planet, much of our self has been indoctrinated with sadness and depression of what is.
Then out-doctrinate those thoughts. You are all so much further along in your pathway now. You are all so much more in alignment with your true self. Therefore, you are all so much more aware of what serves and what does not. If you choose to wallow in untruths, in fact blatant lies, to sway you off course, then know that that wallowing will feel tripled in your being. So if you know that is the case, why do it?
I don't.
Hence, your uplifted soul self.
Yet with respect, I don't live in a country that's very confused with the political state of affairs and what is taking place. Actually, aren't all countries like that? Yet you know of which I speak. Therefore, people living in that land of the free feel they're drowning and are getting in great disbelief and despair.
And that disbelief and despair has tripled in their soul's energy. Tripled. This is why we ask you not to become so involved in this side of things. For it is most uncertain as to who is doing what. For what purpose? Is it not?
Probably. I don't get involved, yet I understand that others feel the need to, for they feel their lives are not in their own hands.
Thank you. You took our lead. The fact is, their lives are in their own hands. If they were to remove their thoughts from the political mayhem and move on to a different track, they would find their spirit tripled in thoughts of good and hopeful excitement. There is so very much to get excited about. May we suggest to you that all this backlash, all this confusion and unbelievable propaganda is designed to keep you off track? Off the track of your rightful journey. It is unbelievable as it should not be believed. For so much of it is not of truth. Your thoughts are swayed one way or another in a whirlwind of thought-provoking turmoil. This, dearest souls, does not serve you. Do you wish for these tricks to see out their intention? Of course not. Therefore, return to who you are, the truth of who you are. Love. Be that love in every thought, word, and action. Now, in these times, when you make an effort to do so, you will come across a different you. As you said earlier, Blossom, the love and gratitude within you is working for itself now.
And I have to say it feels so perfect, so nice, so right, so peaceful and joyous. I could go on, yet I won't.
We ask you not to fall into these traps. You are better than that. You are stronger than that. We're sure you recall that we have said that you are the strongest of the strong. You are upon this planet to change it, to see this grand transformation take place. You who were chosen are accomplishing this in such a divine way. Know this. Again, when we say know this, know it deep in your heart. And that knowing shall be tripled in its knowing. Within that knowledge, therefore, more strength builds, strength of knowing truth.
Can I ask if the blocks of energy will at some point be quadrupled?
Oh, indeed, yes. Yet not for a while. We feel this is wise.
Well, how is it gauged as to when?
By the binaural codes changing rapidly.
Doesn't binaural have to do with the ears?
Yes. And we stand by that which we have just said.
And we're off. Please continue.
Your beings are, as you know, of highly physically, emotionally charged energy. As this coded energy continues to flow through your planet, you will notice a change of high degree taking place within your physicality also. For it is being heightened and lightened. You are light in essence, and it is light coding that is coming through. We explained of the coding forever changing within you and within the energy cubes. As our thoughts become tripled in lightness, the light coding from the codes corresponds. The light coding then takes its place once reaching a particular frequency and alters the tuning of the physical physique. Not only on the outwardly physical appearance, yet much fine-tuning will be taking place on the working within. Sensory perceptors, for instance, the ears, will start to pick up otherworldly attunements. They will also become acutely more sensitive, as many are beginning to discover already. Many of your little beings coming onto the planet now are already tuned in to these higher energies, and they find it very difficult to be within loud noise. Their sensoria are very sensitive. You will notice that your eyes begin to see a clearer light of day. Same scene, yet looking different. Your touch, when touching certain things of a higher vibration, in example, flowers, water, etc., shall feel very different to you, as if you can feel all the elemental energies that is their makeup. Such wonders shall fill your soul. It is happening already. Become aware of these things. In order for your world, your own world that you create for yourself, to be one that you desire to live in. Switch off your television screens and switch on your sensors. Make an effort to remove yourself from negativity and move yourself into nature. Walk instead of talk. Think instead of drink.
What? Indulge me, if you would.
Certainly, Blossom. Many souls talk for the sake of talking. That which comes out of their mouths is not always of the highest vibration for the highest good. Instead, it is so much more beneficial to take a walk in nature and don't talk. Just listen to the wisdom of the trees and the flowers. Listen to the stories carried in the winds.
And the think instead of drink? I feel you're aware that I went to see the movie A Star is Born last night, drinking being the downfall of the leading man.
This is so.
And yet, many need to drink. It helps them relax, switch off, and escape.
Exactly. Escape from what?
Pressures. It just helps one to wind down at the end of a busy day.
And there is nothing wrong with that. Yet, are we not correct in surveying that many have had, as you would say, just one too many? And it therefore defeats the entire process of a wind down?
Oh yes, I know many a soul who feels that way. That's why I gave it up 14 years ago.
We are not saying not to drink. We are not saying not to do anything that one feels they would like to do. Yet we would reiterate the tripling effect. 1 glass of alcohol in these times is equivalent to 3. And due to the raising of one's vibration, it takes very little for one to be affected by it. These are not must-dos. They are suggestions to assist in your expansion.
It's most odd you mention alcohol. Unlike you to bring up such a topic.
And yet, again, we would say to be vigilant of your well-being. Maybe we will talk about this in more detail another time. It is important in these days of yours to treat yourself well. It will make a marked difference.
Well, I think many souls are getting on board that train. I feel many of us would be very interested in you giving us your perspective on the subject.
As with all our correspondence, dearest Blossom, we trust that what we are offering assists each one along their journey in ways of understanding who they are. For when that is understood, our mission is complete.
Many thanks as always, guys. In gratitude, in loving service, I am.